Broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
What's up, Vegas? It's a Wednesday. It's Girl Chat Sports. We're in the building. I'm trying to figure out this watch party situation, so forgive me on the pause.
I'm trying to give her the 1-2
But
on the watch party.
I got it. I figured it out. And then as I'm trying to do the watch party, my phone is blowing up with text messages now. And it's like, what are you guys doing?
What's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 133.
Yes.
We are here in cold Las Vegas. You know, my mom just texted me and was like, it was warmer in Seattle than it was in Las Vegas today. Yeah, I believe it. I was here.
It's warmer in New York City right now than it is in Las Vegas.
So it's literally going to go from like 60 degrees today to 81 or 2 by Saturday. Supposedly.
I need it to be 90 and I need it to be having some sun.
I've never had this cold of a Memorial Day weekend.
It's crazy.
Ever.
It's crazy.
But we thank you for joining us.
Yes.
We got a special guest with us today. One of the homies from the Lou, Palmer Alexander III, the legend KIL, 1L in kill, but kill still kills. City to city, state to state, worldwide. It's in the zone. My man.
In the Zone Network in the building.
She nailed it too. One take.
One take. That's all it takes. I'm a one take.
Welcome to Vegas too. On top of that,
man, definitely welcome to Vegas. So here's the deal. This is the power of social media. I think I ran into or came across Palmer and In the Zone Network probably through social media and Instagram. At least I'd say 3 years ago, because he's been through all 3 co-hosts that I've had. So
this is not your guys' first time meeting. You've met before.
This is the first physical meet. Like we've been communicating on social media, emails, texts, phone calls, talking about.
So
he's
this
been
is
on the
kind
show.
of like, you know how you meet somebody on Tinder and you've had this conversation
We've
with
been
them back and forth, been
swiping,
swiping and never
this is
met
the
up.
first time.
This is the meetup.
Yeah.
Hashtag
No, so he's been on our show probably every season of Girl Chat Sports.
I think I did your 50th episode. I was on that.
See, you did the first year. You've done it with Steph, and then you did it with us on the phone earlier this year, and now you're here, and we're excited for that.
Yeah, and you know what? The beautiful thing too is the evolution, of the show.
Yeah,
and
we're making moves, guys. We're making moves.
Yeah, big time, and that's one of the reasons why I'm out here too, just to show the support. But I love the way that it looks and everything that you guys are doing. I mean, it's just not just a podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's you guys on that level of a network, like myself.
Yeah.
I love it.
We are here. It's a Wednesday. It's hump day. We've got, Wag Your Tail Wednesday, all the good stuff. Some topics that we're going to go over throughout today's show. There's a long Bay Area break currently. If you're going to walk the talk, Wilder style. No more blues for St. Louis. Okay. Is it a Drake curse or Drake antics? Which one are we going for? And the Fab Five to HC. Aces for the win, and EDC Zeke. Let me just tell you, what happens in Vegas does not stay in Vegas.
I feel like that term is done for.
I mean, you can't.
With social media, you totally cannot do that. It's just not a
no, you can't. So we'll cut to that. Before we get started, shout out, of course, to our guy Quan here.
Shout out to Quan.
The Mango Master.
Yes. Shout out to Quan.
Shout out to Gorilla Cross. Shout out to Unnamed Sports Show. Shout out to the guys that let the ball bounce. Donnell, Dre. We appreciate always their support. And shout out to Anointed Radio. You can catch us there on Saturdays, 7 p.m. at the Anointed Radio app. Shout out to John Maxwell, the Aces. We got the first game of the season coming up on Sunday. Shout out to Harry Ruiz with the Lights. We've got a game this Saturday where their dogs are able to come on the grassy area for the game, which should be dope. And shout out to Mike Dixon out there in Florida, sunbathing somewhere from Vegas Sports Daily, and Jose V from Sudden Death. And shout out to Alan Snow. I enjoyed his post today with that Blues hat. That was
and
cool.
Shout out to the Definitely Sports Talk Show, Marco and his team. They just got a new little show.
Yes.
Shout out to them.
Yes.
We've been following. We've been watching you guys. Make sure you follow them as well. They're pretty dope. Vegas is just bringing it. We're all collaborative, one group. Shout out to the Sportsnista because
Yes.
she's been doing major things with boxing and keeping
All the
us up,
boxing stuff. Yeah.
keeping us current too. So shout out.
We love our Vegas sports
We do.
family.
We do.
Speaking of Vegas sports,
Let's get into it.
I mean, might as well just get into it, right?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm really trying to, this watch party thing has really got me intrigued right now, but let me focus.
She's doing too much. Here's the deal, Mo. After the show's over with, we can go through all the comments and talk later with them. Or you can do it while you're interacting with them now. It
I mean,
doesn't
you're
matter.
good at doing that. I don't think I can multitask as well as you on that.
It's okay.
I don't think I can do it. And then on the tablet, it's freezing. But anyway, let's get into Vegas sports.
It's all good.
Let's do it. Palmer,
Yeah.
are you ready? You can join into this conversation.
okay.
Any opinion that you have with Vegas sports and everything that we talk about, go for it.
I'm with it. Let's
Okay.
get it.
I'm just noticing that
Today
I'm
is
really
Biggie's
matching.
birthday too today,
thought
so
it was
hopefully we can hear
yesterday.
some Biggie. Was it yesterday or today? I don't know.
Yesterday.
I'm getting late posts.
Biggie's
Biggie
birthday?
Smalls.
I thought it was yesterday. I don't know. No biggie.
I like that. No Biggie. So we had a boxing.
We had a
fight.
major boxing fight
If
on
no one,
Saturday. In Brooklyn.
it was in Brooklyn at the Barclays.
Yeah.
It was-
Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
Who we had talked about last week. He basically said, hey, you're in the ring with me. I'm basically able to kill you for free. Like, not for free, but legally I'm able to kill you. I can kill you. I'm going in the ring to kill somebody.
Yeah, he did say that.
I mean, he didn't murder him, but he did.
One punch KO. Let's do that.
Can we pull that up? Because if you didn't see it, I know you might have missed it because it was that quick.
Right.
You had to rewatch it, find someone that had a link. There was no, I feel bad.
Shout out to everybody that has Cox cable paying a huge bill to watch 48 seconds of fighting, excluding myself.
Brazil survives his first taste of adversity.
Seeing the firepower of Wilder, that punch landed on top of the head, not even on the chin or anywhere on the face, and Brazil was stumbling a little bit. But credit to Brazil for having the character to throw with him. And
Wilder hit Brazil so hard, they are feeling it in Brazil. Mamma mia, what a KO! 8, 9, 10. That's it. And despite Brazil getting up to his feet, he's in no condition to continue, Al.
That is what Deontay Wilder wanted. The early part of this fight was a danger for Brazil, and he's done what he has done so many times before, used his power to end fights.
Used his power
Look at it, and
to end fights.
he couldn't even get up. I mean, he was literally.
The guy was
Did
disoriented.
you see the slow mo when you saw his whole cranium just kind of slide to the right? It was bad.
He's so cute too.
But hang on, it's not cute. He's fine.
Yeah. I just was saying cute because now he's gotten punched, so I don't know how he's looking right now. Started out fine. Then
Oh.
a Deontay Wilder punch. We don't know what he's looking like now.
It was bad. Like that.
It
whole,
was.
The whole
Poor
side,
guy.
literally the side. I mean, his face went. Blue.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
It's
poor guy.
amazing how
Gosh.
the
Pretty boys, pretty light skins. What are you doing out here? Just stay pretty. Just stay pretty. You knew what you was getting into. You knew exactly what you're getting into.
Well, sometimes too, light-skinned cats, they got this habit of hitting on their chest with their hand like this.
Oh yeah.
So when they hit on their hand, they got that shit real bad. They do. They do. Yeah, they
They
do.
really do. Well, he learned Saturday night, didn't he?
He must have did that to Deontay Wilder, but I'm telling you something about Deontay Wilder. He's the most vicious puncher since Mike Tyson. I think we've never seen nobody with that type of power since Mike Tyson. And if there's any knock on Wilder is his lack of being able to throw a jab. We saw that in his last fight with Tyson Fury. That's the fight that I want to see. That power was impressive, but I want to see him fight Fury. That's what I want to see.
Well,
him fight.
it's either that or Anthony Joshua. Why is he high? Like, where's Joshua?
Yeah.
Joshua was supposed to be next.
But I will say this though, I think if you got any shot of beating Wilder is to stretch him out, because he has problems throwing that jab. He's you don't want to say he's a one-trick pony. I mean,
Right.
that one trick is good,
Oh,
but
yeah.
sooner or later you're gonna have that matchup, and it's gonna get you.
Well, it's quite the interesting fight for the last 48 seconds. And, of course, we have a post little interview of what he said after the fight. So we'll
which
play
was
that.
equally just.
Like, why?
I know it's been a big build up to this fight. There was a lot of animosity, a lot of chaos, a lot of hatred against each other. It was a lot of words that was said, and it just came out tonight. This is what makes boxing so great, you know. When you can have so much inside, you know, you had to endure, you had to overcome, even with the training. You know, like I said, there's been many times where my body was hurting.
You said something to Brazil, however. What did you say to him when you went over to him and embraced him?
I just told Brazil, I told him I love him. And of course, you know, I want to see him go home to his family, you know. I know we say some things that we mean sometimes, but then when you get into a fight and you settle your differences as men and you hold these gloves up to your fists, this is what the sport is all about. And you can come to the next man and hug him and kiss him and say, thank you so much, you know, instead of other things. This is what I wish the world was like that.
Are we good? I'm not sure
So
what's
now
happening.
he's recanting on what he's saying. Like, he's like, you know, animosity builds up and we say things we don't mean. And I wonder if he would have meant that if he lost.
Absolutely not.
Exactly. Like, bruh, you know, this was a waste of my Saturday night. Thank God I didn't watch it. I'm disappointed that I didn't watch it because we pay a cable bill for this specific reason, amongst other things. But it was just kind of like, really, bruh? Really? All right. Now you guys are coup de la. Now y'all all right. All
was a
right.
bit much.
We'll just keep moving on along with that. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So the fight happened, but also as part of the weekend's fight, there was a big announcement for a new fight that's coming up.
Yes.
So July 20th, Mr. Pacquiao has decided to get back in the ring, and he's going to take on Keith Thurman. Any thoughts on Vegas for July 20th?
You know, you guys are more than welcome to call in with your thoughts. 702-608-3259, because Mo at this point has no thoughts on that.
and I almost start yawning.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
almost
Like,
start doing
here we
that.
go again. These same fighters, and it's none of the fighters we really want to see. It's like, kind of like the Game of Thrones thing. It's stuff that happens that we want to happen, does not happen for us in our world.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to put out there, again, like, predictions of who I want to see fighting when it's not going to happen. That's just what it is. All right.
I'm not sure. So apparently there's a little technical difficulty.
Are we delayed?
I'm not sure, but I'm getting messages.
Oh, okay.
that
We're good.
We
All
can't
right.
find it.
Cool.
So,
Well, here's the thing. I feel like with anything with boxing, you've got so many fighters out there. You've got a lot of undercard fighters. You've got a lot of different weight class divisions. We want to see some of those. I think those are the ones that are probably a better draw right now because they're really, really fighting for the opportunity to prove themselves.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes I think that there's a monopoly though. You know, there's certain guys that are not letting other guys get that money. You know,
Yeah, right.
and they're not sharing. You know, the wealth as you would like to see. So that's the unfortunate thing though that we seeing too at first. It used to be that the older promoters like Don King used to get all of the money. Now, De La Hoya has his own thing, and Floyd has his own thing, and so a lot of the other boxers are cutting their own deals and stuff like that. Exactly like
Dazen's
that.
a new one. Yeah. So you've got quite a few out there that are actually promoting some of these fights, and I don't know if they. I don't know. All I gotta say is, yeah, Deontay won. Yeah. We got Pacquiao in July.
You're like, yeah.
So
yeah,
what?
Yeah.
I'm moving on. But we did have a great weekend, though. Aside from that, we had the EDC weekend. We also had, did the Aviators play that weekend, too?
Yeah.
They did.
They just weren't here.
They just weren't here. It was an away Homestead game. But a lot of stuff going on. And then, you know, you got these playoff games. Like, there's plenty for us to be covering. And Deontay's just a split little 48-second blip that we had to just mention. Because... I just can't stop talking about because he talked so much mess about this guy and why he didn't like him and why it was an issue and what they were going to do. And he threatened my family and, you know, you can die legally this way. And
but he talked this big talk and here's the deal. He didn't get KO'd.
No.
He was talking this whole time and he put it up. Here's my biggest pet peeve, which everybody that knows me knows. If you can't talk, if you can't walk the walk, don't talk.
Right.
I don't want you to tell me one thing and you can't do the same thing physically.
Yeah.
So what he's doing, I mean, hey, I give him all credit.
Right.
He was out there talking all this talk and he put it up. He put it up and put it
right.
down.
Absolutely.
Literally.
Absolutely.
Literally put it down.
Absolutely. That's what's up.
Whew, okay, I got a little worked up over that one.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep, but I got the fan here in my head, and it always be hot in here, It'd be hot.
Or it's just you. You're hot. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so lights.
The lights.
Let's talk about it.
We didn't do so good on the road.
No, we
so
did
went
not.
to Phoenix playing the USL champion,
Right.
the Phoenix Rising FC.
But they're
And there was a good amount of people that had driven down for the game. Shout out to the Luz of Fuerza. They were there. I saw they had like a bunch of vans that went down there. And unfortunately for our guy Tommy, it was a shutout against us.
It was
4-0.
Yeah, it was.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
So it's kind of back to the drawing board a little bit in regards to, are we back on this losing on the away game kind of thing?
I don't necessarily think so, because the type of team Phoenix is, aren't they undefeated? Aren't they like the juggernaut?
Well, yeah,
of
and they
the
are
division?
defending champions.
Champions,
I'm not saying
yeah.
that it was bad, but just to know that we had gone on the road, the last road game, and came out
winners.
Yeah. And then we won at home during the U.S.
Right.
Open Cup, and then the other home game. Well, I guess I was hoping for more.
I would like more, but I think because we've got a home game this weekend, I think they're going to get back to status quo of what we need to do.
And so they play this weekend against, who do we have?
They're playing, I thought, shoot, who are they playing? That's a good question.
Oh, Tulsa. Ooh, Tulsa. I'm sure they're happy to get out of town right now.
Right.
I'm just
Especially with
saying,
this
like,
weather.
shout out to people in Tulsa because, and I have people that are in Tulsa. I don't know how I don't know how they can have so many tornadoes, natural disasters. I mean, it's kind of crazy out there. But anyway, so Tulsa's coming here on Saturday, 7:30. It's Pause on the Pitch is the name of it. And tickets.
Pause, P-A-W-S, not
What'd I
pause. It sounds like pause.
Pause.
Like you're stopping, but it's pause. Like your doggy pause.
Like a
your
dog
pet
pause. Sorry,
Yes,
pause.
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 On the pitch.
Pause.
So $15 gets you a burn ticket to be on the pause on the pitch. And it's really cute too, because this is the time you can bring your animals to a lights
I know.
game.
I wish Suge would just cooperate, but he just doesn't like other dogs.
I'm about to say, are you going to bring him because you can highlight Suge and the other dogs
Wouldn't that
during
be so
halftime?
cute? But Suge thinks he's a human, and he doesn't want to deal with dogs. He's above them. So I can't blame him.
Well, the cool thing about it is they even doing a little fashion show for the dogs before.
Are they
the
really?
Yeah, like at the little tailgate, they're doing like a little fashion show for the dogs, and then halftime, anybody that brought their pet can come out on the field. They got a little something for them, and they're going to be judging the dogs and all this kind of stuff. And then they're going to have by the berm area, water cooler, like all this cool little stuff that the pets can enjoy while the lights is going on.
I love that.
It's gonna be a poppin' night. Guys, show up. Like, this is gonna be a great epic night for the lights. I think we're definitely gonna get a W, especially after that road game. I just can feel it.
I can feel it. And then they play again on Wednesday.
Yes, they do.
Against the Orange County FC.
Oh, is that away or here?
It's here. So it's part of the U.S. Open Cup.
Right, that tournament.
So this is our round
2.
3.
And then it goes into round 3. Yeah. So next week is round 3. This is round 2 still so far. Oh, they got a chance. I'm not counting my lights out.
No,
Yeah, we can't.
And then of course the Open Cup is different than the actual regular season.
Right.
Those don't count. Somebody had gone into a chat and was like, "Well, is our record higher?" No, it doesn't count.
No, it
It's
doesn't
not part
count.
of
We
that.
still stay.
And so we had kind of that last loss. We did slip from like 6 to like 11.
Yeah, we're 11 right
we're
now.
now
The
one
Western.
place out of like the playoffs.
Yeah, but that's okay. After this tournament, I think we'll be back on top and be able to. And then we'll have Kevin Garcia Lopez and a couple of our other injured players back by
Let's
that
get
time
Kevin
too.
back.
Yeah, Kevin got to come back for sure.
So there's some the Aviators.
Yeah, what's up with that?
So this was today they're actually playing. I think they start at 7, so they're playing soon. This is their last homestead of the month of May.
Oh, okay.
So I think they won the series opener last night. I think they're playing Salt Lake right now.
Oh, okay.
And they won last night 9-2. They're playing right now, and then they go on a 9-game road series. They play in Sacramento, and Reno, then Sacramento.
Oh, good. And by the time they come back, then the weather will be perfect for us to watch a ball game.
Did you see? Shout out to Alan's footage from the game yesterday. It was like all
Oh,
dark
it's gorgeous,
clouds.
though. It was a
Yeah.
good look, though.
It
Shout
was
out to
pretty.
Alan.
Yeah. it was pretty.
LVSportsbiz.com.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So, and today's Wag Your Tail Wednesdays. It's the last Wag Your Tail Wednesday for the month.
Oh.
Tomorrow, of course, is the $2 beer night, which I know is always sold out.
Yeah, definitely. And that line for the kids to run the bases if the Aviators win is ridiculously long.
I see. And
It
guess
is
that's
so
my-
long.
Really?
Oh, man. them
And
kids.
it's only going to get longer because school's about to be out.
absolutely. It's
So
the last of
unlike,
school.
I know people are back home in Seattle that might watch the show, like my mom. Hi, Mom, if you're there. If she remembers. So Seattle schools, we usually don't get out to like mid-June. And that's like if there's a snow day or two, then it gets close to the end of June. Because we don't start until after Labor Day. But here, since we start so early in August, we get out like it's May and we're getting out of school.
Right.
So the fields will be busy.
The
parks-
pool is sold out from what we understand.
I got told that it was sold out for my birthday game.
Yeah. So we just got to think of something else.
Maybe somebody will cancel. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, let's pray that.
There's
doesn't
always the
happen.
beach. I know Quan loves me taking my short vacays.
Yeah, right.
You know,
He calls a weekend getaway a vacation.
I'm like, 2 days is not a vacation where I'm from. Anyway.
But it feels like a vacation for folks that don't have that luxury.
It sure does. Shout out to everybody that's joined in on the chat. We've got live watch parties going on. And then
shout out to my peeps on my chat. Shout out to Horn, king of memes of
Happy
Vegas.
Quarenta.
Happy birthday. 40? Really?
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to
40 watt.
my
Can we
world.
get some E40 just for that?
Right. But happy birthday, Vance. My second brother. Actually, my third brother from a different mother and father. But you're all time. And I wish you the best always. And I hope you have a great birthday.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And where's the turn up going to be? I know you turn it up somewhere. Call us, 702-608-3259.
Anyone's welcome to call. Say hi,
Suggestions of turn ups, especially
So-
for Memorial Day weekend.
Bringing it back to Las Vegas sports, we had talked about it a little bit last week because
Right.
it was in the air. Okay. And since then, it has been confirmed, signed, sealed, and delivered. We've got the Australian here in Las Vegas.
You sure do.
Elizabeth
Cambage.
Cambage. Yo.
Man, 6'8"er.
Did
Who's
you
going to
see
run that
her?
front court?
Man, her in Asia.
They going to run it.
Hello. Hello.
Sugar Rogers, Jackie Young, Kelsey Plum,
Woo,
Kelsey
Huskies.
Bone.
I'm
We
just
are
saying.
going to be, we're actually, the talk is now, I don't know if you guys know this,
Championship.
that we are one of the contenders. With
Go
LA
put
Sparks,
your money on it.
Mystics, it's Mystic Sparks, and then we are now in the conversation. And now we are looked at as being the top
Where's
contender. GMs
Lisa?
are agreeing that we
Yeah.
will probably be the ones to take the championship.
I need Lisa Diaz in the chat. I need her to give us her betting stance on this one. 'Cause I really feel like it's going to happen.
I feel like you should play the odds to do it.
For sure.
I urge everybody to do it. Why not?
And so this week was the annual preseason
Right.
preseason meetings for the
Right.
GMs, and they actually did vote.
Yeah, that.
I mean, it wasn't like outlandish. It was 33% compared to like 25 or 24,
Yeah.
but they voted all for basically us winning the championship.
I mean, that's
This could be
high
the very
possibility
first championship for Las Vegas.
in a pro team.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
It would be.
Isn't that exciting?
That's
Yeah.
And it's
cute.
women bringing it.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
We always set the tone, though. This
I
is
mean,
nothing new.
And you
we
guys,
always make changes.
and you
It's
guys
us.
will be right there covering that too.
Of course.
Right.
Right there in the mix.
Right.
And we've got the All-Star game here for
Yes.
WNBA.
Yeah, in July. So you got to come back.
Summer
My
about to
birthday in
be hot.
July.
See?
My
Your
Your
birthday
birthday's in July, so July 27th.
Yeah, you
Come
know,
on.
actually, that's my man Mike Smith from Red Cups on the sideline. So we actually plan on coming back out here in July.
Okay.
You know, around my birthday.
Let's do
I'm a
it.
Leo. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So-
boy. Vegas, watch out. Leo season in the building.
And that's what I said. I bring my own sin to Sin City. You
Right.
Know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
man. Woo.
I love it.
But
I love
yeah,
it. I
you have
love
to.
it.
And so they're beast mode. Their press conference was amazing. Liz Cambage is very, very excited to be here. You know, she's had some struggle issues when she was with Tulsa. And then the trade with Dallas was almost blocked for her not to come here. She loves Vegas. She's really impressed with the DJ and EDM scene, as am I. So that's one of her things that she likes to do as well. But she said her primary focus, of course, is basketball and aces. So I definitely am feeling really good about this team. And our first game is Sunday. Memorial Day weekend, Sunday, 6 o'clock. Mandalay
5.
Bay. Oh, 5 o'clock. My bad. 5 o'clock. Mandalay Bay Event Center.
Yes.
Guys, come on down.
It's
Tickets
gonna
are
be
starting
live.
at $30. I looked online to $58.
And they got a new court too.
Oh,
Like they
see?
redid the
Come on.
court. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
this is going to be a good thing to come and check this out.
I'm sorry,
all day.
I still can't get over our starting five. I mean,
Starting five is
basically,
beast.
our starting five is going to be Jackie Young, Kelsey Plum, Asia Wilson, Liz Cambridge, and who did I
Sugar?
miss? Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
No? What is she playing?
Who did I miss? No, McBride. Kayla McBride.
Kayla
Sorry.
McBride. Oh, we can't forget about Kayla.
Hello?
Come on. We need Kayla McBride. Come on.
And not to mention just the game, but I know there's a lot of guys that are like, man, maybe I don't watch WNBA. But I know y'all like sneakers. I know you like kicks. And when I tell you Asia got fire on her feet,
Ty
Young got
has
fire on her feet, these girls come with the sneakers.
Yeah, but don't come just for the sneakers.
And I'm not saying no, but at least
it's-
get them in the door. Let's
Just-
get you in the door with something. If you don't want to
come and see
watch.
some awesome ball playing. See a woman that's 6'8". That's what I would say. You want to see a 6'8"
And
woman
beautiful.
be a center that's gorgeous,
And beautiful.
Australian. Come see that.
Yes.
And
Come see
she
that.
is
That's what the
outspoken.
draw is.
She is all about
She
telling
is,
her mind.
and she's going to be a dominant force on this team. And she is going to be actually the highlight of coming to these games. I have never seen a female at 6'8" playing like real time like that, and I'm going. We're
Man,
there.
How tall's Brittany Grimer?
She's 6'8".
Okay,
She's 6'8",
I've
but I haven't seen
I've
Brittany.
her.
I haven't seen Brittany yet.
And she's got these arms that are like down to her knees, it looks like.
I haven't seen her yet.
Her wingspan is ridiculous.
I mean, I've seen her on interviews and stuff,
right.
but never in the real time. And we do play the Phoenix Mercury coming up on our schedule, too.
Yeah.
The next game from this home game, they go away. And then I think the third game after that is with the Mercury. Or that home game might be with the Mercury. I have to check the schedule. But, yeah. It's gonna be dope. LA Sparks, too. Come on. LA people represent. You living in Vegas now. Or your purple and gold for one more time.
Ain't nobody
You can come. You can come and do that, and then represent and watch the game, and still cheer for the Aces.
Anywho.
Come with Lakers gear on and cheer for the Aces. I don't know if that's a gift or a curse, but we're gonna talk about it.
There's not a whole lot going on with the Raiders right now.
No, but I did
What'd you hear?
shout out to Dana Roselli from Channel 13,
Okay.
who did a nice shot of the drive-by of the stadium.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
up and coming. It's looking really, really good.
And
that's the-
so shout out to her.
And that's the thing for
That was a
those
nice
of us
post.
that live here, we don't always,
Drive
hit
by.
that corner.
Mhm.
So once you do, you're kind of like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is still here.
And it's on time. Like it's looking like it's
And
about
it
to
was
be where it's
crazy.
gonna
When
be.
I was flying back in this weekend from Seattle, I kind of made sure to look out because I kind of wanted, it's always nice to see like just what the city looks
Mhm.
like. And it was interesting to see that little bowl start developing
Yeah,
right there.
I mean
in
it's
the
starting
center.
to look good.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
starting to look like we're doing something.
When I was when I got in Monday night and I was on my way to the hotel and I was on the highway, and then when I looked over and saw it, I mean I want to film it, but it was like about 12 something in the morning, but I thought that was hella dope because it's happening, know,
Right.
and I remember when it was first talked about, it was so far-fetched, it would never happen, and to see it actually happen, man, that's amazing.
I know. So you have something to take back home to your peeps and say it's actually happening.
Yeah,
you
and
guys.
actually, again, going back to me and Melissa, I remember Melissa breaking that on our show that Carolyn Goodman, gave the thumbs up, for the Raiders. So, yeah, it's a lot of history, a lot of history.
Definitely. Real quick, Stephanie was like, wait a minute, Palmer's on the show. Hold on. So shout out to Stephanie.
Shout out,
What else,
Steph.
Steph?
And shout out to Marisha. She's over here too. Check out Beast Mode Store in Las Vegas if you're here in town.
Yep.
Before you leave, maybe we got to take you down there to the Beast Mode Store at the town square.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. And so before we wrap up Las Vegas sports, let's get to some Golden Knights action. Of course, our guys, it's not hockey season. But there is this little thing called the International Ice Hockey Federation World Championship in Slovakia. And those four guys we were talking about last week. So Stone, Marchie, Theodore, and I'm missing one more. I can't remember the other one that was in there. Shoot. Dang it. Anyways, they won
They
for
won.
Russia.
Okay.
So Russia beat US and they're in Group A. They play on Thursday and I think they play Switzerland.
Okay.
So they're still in it. And then our guy, Nikita, who's playing for Russia, and they beat, I can't remember who they beat, but they play again tomorrow too in the Group B category against the U.S. So some of our guys are still out there playing and hustling.
So this is kind of like the WNBA, even off season, they're going and join teams.
I think
to
it's
play.
more like an international hockey competition. So basically they're just playing for their origination. How do you say it?
Origin.
Origin.
Okay.
they're half the guys are from Canada.
Right, right,
Yes,
right.
they're playing. It's like a international, like a Olympic style type
Okay.
of thing.
I just wanted you to explain it to the audience and me. Because I was like, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
It's not necessarily a off season. It's more of just the championship.
Just championship.
Oh, okay.
cool.
So it's like that world championship type of
Yes.
type deal. I remember watching those before. Like you have Team USA, like all of the American players,
Okay.
and some of the NHL players participate in that. I mean, if you're a hockey puck head, then you would watch
Right.
it.
Well,
Okay.
because 4 of our guys are on the Canadian
Right,
team, and
so
they
that's-
beat the USA team, so that was pretty interesting. So they both play tomorrow for Thursday.
Nice.
But speaking of hockey, it just so happens that we have to have our guy Palmer in the studio, who's in town from St.
Right.
Louis, the very same week that St. Louis gets their shot at the Stanley Cup, which has not happened
Yeah.
in almost 50 years.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And shout out to Sabrina, who's from St. Louis. Shout out to my boy E from St. Louis. There's a lot of Lou heads that are that are in Vegas, and some went back to Lou or whatever. But you guys got deep representation out here, and I'm happy for one because you knocked out those San Jose Sharks.
Man.
Yeah, and the Sharks has been in the Blues' path many of times. You know, in 2016 when they knocked the St. Louis Blues out of the playoffs, and the whole city of St. Louis was hurting because the Rams left, and we needed to wrap our arms around somebody, and it became the Blues, and then all of a sudden now you had your football fans, especially African American. You know, they're wrapping their arms around the Blues. So now you have this groundswell of support, and you know they're playing the Sharks, and the Sharks just beat them. You know, they beat them down, they wore them down, and
they cheated too.
And they cheated.
Oh, absolutely.
They did. And then now, you know, it's sweet that the Blues beat them this time around. And before the series started, a lot of people in St. Louis, they want to play the Colorado Avalanche. And it's that whole Stan Kroenke thing, because we're still pissed at Kroenke. We always going to be pissed at him. But my thing is, we want a revenge on the Sharks. I did, because the Sharks, the Kings, and the Ducks, those California teams have always been in the Blues' way of getting to the Stanley Cup Finals. When the Detroit Red Wings moved to the Eastern Conference, we was happy as hell. Like finally,
Yeah,
finally
because that was your guys' Achilles
yeah, it
heel
was.
at one point.
It was. We couldn't beat the Wings.
Right.
I think the last time the Blues beat the Wings was 91. I was 15.
Yeah.
I was in high school. So now that the Blues have gotten this far, and I've seen this in my lifetime now that the Blues fan base is as diverse as ever, this is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And I watched the game with somebody else that was from St. Louis at the Rio, and you know, we was raising hell. No, we didn't win no money. No, our team is in the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time. So it's crazy though.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
And that's the thing, is that, you know, just like for other fans of certain teams, some of your guys' fan base hasn't even been alive since they've been to the playoffs, let alone Stanley Cup. And here they are into 50 years, and bam.
And I hope you guys win it all. I'm gunning for you guys. Just take it all.
Take it.
And you know,
You guys
the
need that.
city
The Lou
needs it. I feel like
yeah.
the city needs it.
and I'm gonna tell you something. The irony of it, that they playing the Bruins. Now think about this. They playing the Bruins. They lost to the Bruins before. In baseball, the Red Sox has our number. The Patriots beat the Rams. So there's a lot though too between St. Louis
Right.
and Boston when it comes to playing for a championship at this level. So there's another reason that a lot of us going to be really, really rallying around this series. So I'm excited as hell, and I'm hoping that you know, we able to come out. I don't care if we sweep them. We know we just love who win it. You know,
I'm all for it.
I'm all for it too.
I want
think
it to happen. And what was that? And that's one thing we kind of discussed last week, is that there were so many people within media. I've heard on the radio, like local radio, oh, we should still be rooting for the Sharks because, you know, that's part of our division. I was like, why? Who would ever root for somebody in your division? Like, ever? I've never. Ever. Shoot.
that's crazy.
And so, yes, we are Blues fans for the
Appreciate
Stanley
that.
Cup. We are rooting with you. But on to other things. Let's talk about this In the Zone network here that I've been loving and repping since day one. I've always
Got
loved
my
it.
head
Shout out
too.
to Arlington Palmer out there.
Arlington Lane.
Palmer.
Arlington. Shout
y'all
out to
just
him
go
because
together
you
so
guys
well.
do. How's the show going? Anyway, talk about the show for a little bit. Like, how's
Man,
everything with you guys?
The show is going great. That's one of the reasons why I'm able to be out here with you guys today. Arlington has done such a great job of just taking, ideas that I have in my head and then making it sound like what you hear is exactly how it sounds in my head. And it's hard to find that chemistry. I've been in the industry a long time. It's kind of hard to find that. Arlington is classically trained, and I did a lot of my stuff was, on the hip hop side as far as recording, a lot of ad-libbing, just doing it like one take, sometimes double and triple takes and stuff like that. So changing up the flow. So now we got like the in the zone sound. So when you hear it, you hear different little wrinkles. So it sounds like radio. When you hear podcasts, people just kind of get tone deaf, because people talk for a long period of time and all that other kind of little stuff. So basically I just take in a lot of the tricks of the trade that I learned in radio and doing TV and stuff like that, and then implementing that, and then now we got this, and it allowed me to be able to meet people like Melissa, meet people like Cecilia Towns, and,
shout out to Cecilia, man.
Doing big.
So many other great people like Shina Will out there in New York, and Minorities in Sports. Denisha Rose said media down there. What's up, Denisha?
What's up to Denisha?
Sarge Sports down. I mean, it allowed me to connect with so many different people, and now, I look at what you guys doing too, and that inspires us. Because when I saw you guys there, I said, "Hey, Archer, we got to get on that, man. We got to do that," because that's what this is about too. When I got in media, I didn't see people that looked like me. I didn't see people like you or you. And you guys make me feel so good because I've been at this since 1995. So when they talk about being on the grind or something like that, nah, for real. You know what I'm saying? So I eat, drink, sleep, live this industry, and to see people like yourself doing this and excelling, man, I'm so happy to see you guys doing that. And that's why I support you guys for what I do, and I always will,
Thank you.
We love the love.
Thank you.
And that was one of the things that I first saw when I think we got introduced, or when we met up as far as via the social media, was the ending kind of how the Rams were departing from St. Louis, and your guys' coverage of their kind of like their goodbyes and whatever else they're having there in the stadium that you guys had covered. And that was like, oh, dang, look at that. And then, of course, cut to a few years later, we're here. You guys got the XFL coming to St. Louis. I know that's kind of been Arlington's little baby out there.
And I wait a minute, because I heard the show, right, when you were doing the AAF, and I heard the excitement and the glee. And so there's the other thing, I'm the vet. Arlington, there's a 10-year gap. So a lot of times I try not to be the old crusty vet. And so I listened to him and saw, my arm started slowly fold, but he was excited about the AAF. But I tell you what,
we
though,
all were. Yeah, it was just unfortunate that went down like it did.
Yeah,
it really was.
But what, he's taking the bull by the horns, and he's done a great job getting us in position for the XFL. Arlington did a great job with that, and so did Derek King. That's the reason why I got these flyers, hats, the shirts, the business cards. I'm about to be Tommy Davidson, bam, just like that. I mean, but it's about putting that team together though too, man. So I'm really blessed though. This is really dope.
Hey, and we feel honored to have you here too. So thank you. Thank you.
Again, we are here with Palmer Alexander from the Zone Network. Feel free to give us a call at 702-608-3259. So what exactly is still, I don't know if Arlington's out there. If he is, give us a call. He might be at work. I'm not sure. But what is going on with the Alliance to XFL podcast they got going on? Is that any new news that we don't know about as far as the development? I know they've been kind of rehiring most of the coaches that were in the Alliance.
Yeah, what's getting ready to happen now, I know that there's going to be a showcase, and we're going to be there on the 13th. It's in St. Louis. The XFL will be there, and we have some more details as they roll out. And the podcast that Arlington was doing, eventually it's going to end up becoming an XFL podcast.
Oh, wow. Okay,
cool. So, we was just trying to stay ahead and allow some flexibility. But the thing with the AAF, day one, when Bill Polian got on the sideline said, this is a developmental league, I said, I just found my hand. I said, this is whack. Yeah. Because they were selling that this is pro football. So if you're going to say it's pro football, then the very first night on the sideline say this is developmental league, you lost your credibility instantly. Right. And that gave Vince McMahon even more of an advantage. And you see, he's really pouncing that opportunity.
Yeah. What do you think has changed for Vince?
Oh, we have a call. That's what's up.
Okay.
Call.
What's up, Girl Chat Sports?
Yeah, you thought I wasn't going to sit there and not call Girl Chat Sports tonight? Hey, you know my boy is on the air right now.
What's
Shut
up,
up.
Speaking to y'all.
Arlington? Hey.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, Palmer, man, you make me want to sit here and cry at work, dude. You're sitting there talking about me and whatnot, man. You try to make me feel like how the Blues were on last night, man. Just sitting there want to just tear up and all.
Well, that's the stuff I decide to share. You know, we're not. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something while we got Archie on the phone. So Mo, check this out. So we have outtakes from In the Zone, and I got more outtakes with Melissa probably than any person that I've ever interviewed, because she's always, her mouth is slick, and and
I don't hold back.
She don't hold back, and it's hard to get the giggles. And so one time, I would say city to city, and the other thing that came up, I'm about to say titty to titty, and it just,
Oh,
and
no.
Melissa, she said, and when she hear you say something or about to say something, it's over. It's a wrap.
It was a wrap.
See?
Yeah. There was a bunch of outtakes.
I got a question for both of you. Why would you say that? Because was her...
No, it had nothing to do with that. It just that, I say
it's a slogan.
Yeah, it's a part of the. It's a
catchphrase. City to city, state to state,
because I would say
worldwide.
city, state
That's
to
our
state.
catchphrase.
And
who knows what they were looking at behind the
That's
scenes?
what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. I'm like, where
this was before green dress. This was before green dress.
Yeah. And trust me, I wasn't
too much, man. I'm just playing.
No, for real though. But just
for real.
She get the giggling. I know she thinking something. I'm like, man, she about to say something wild, man. She about to say something wild.
Anyway, Arlington, while you are on the line, why don't you give us a quick breakdown of what you've heard, of what's going on out there in St. Louis, and what the football fans in St. Louis are hoping to get from the XFL?
Well, the biggest thing that I hope that fans understand with the XFL is that it's not the NFL. I just hope people understand this is not a competition with the NFL. That's what has been said for the last few moments.
You got to answer that?
It's been a competition. No, I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
I'll call you back.
Understand. Yeah. Try to put a volume down. They're going to be mad at me. I don't care.
We busy.
I'm falling out because the thing of it is
my thing is with the with the XFL is trying to be something different. They're not going. They're going to take some of the things that the Alliance had, and they're going to modify it a bit. You're not going to have extra point kicks. You're going to either take 1 point, 2 points, or 3 points from the 2-yard line, 5-yard line, or the 15-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you got to score. So let's say you down 18 points. You score a touchdown. You get a 3-point from 15 yards out. That's 9 points. Get an onside kick. Boom. You back at it again. Get the ball, score, and do another 3-pointer. You back in the game. 18 points just like that. It's possible.
Wow.
And so that's what they've been doing. They've been modifying the game a bit. They've been working with the Spring League. They have been working in Mississippi with community college players just to get the whole game play down pat. And so that's what they've been working on. And now, now that all 8 coaches have been announced, now we just waiting for the team names. And then they have the Summer Showcase, which happens here in St. Louis on July 13th. And then you have the draft in October and training camps in November. And then you have your regular practice and scrimmages in January, and then the season starts in February.
And then all the showcases, those are for people to come out and see what they're kind of show off their skills to see if they have what it takes to get into the XFL, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
And they will all, those that do make it, they will sign league contracts at the showcase. And so what's crazy is they'll sign contracts, but not everybody will make it. It's only 360 spots.
Wow.
For all 8 teams. That's it. 360. Wow. So 45 players per team. And then I haven't even spoken about the overtime, but that's for another time and another story. That's because it's going to be nutty.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. The XFL is going to be something big, man. I'm not trying to take away Palmer's time, man, because that's what's going on. But
And you got
it's
phone
exciting
calls.
times.
And you got phone calls to answer. You got
Yeah,
phone
you got
calls to
stuff
answer.
to
You
do.
gotta-
We don't want to
They'll
get
be
you in
all right.
trouble.
Hey,
Yeah.
They'll be all right. They'll
Hey,
be all right.
for
And y'all heard
Arlington-
that in the background. That's crazy.
Yeah, thank
Arlington,
you
we
so
need to
much.
get you here in Vegas. So get wifey, get out here, come have a little vacay, not just 2 days, but a vacay.
Well, she gonna keep digging at
I
about
gotta be there.
that.
I gotta be there a week, man.
Here you
Yeah.
go. Come on
I
a
gotta be there a
Wednesday.
week, so I make sure I get on
Yes.
on that Wednesday, so that way I can do y'all show.
Thank
Yeah,
you
no
for
doubt
calling
about it,
in,
man, 'cause I'll
Arlington.
be
We
excited.
appreciate
Yeah.
you. We'll be checking back with you over the summer to get more XFL updates for sure.
No problemo.
All right.
AllianceXFL.com, y'all.
Yes.
All right.
For the plug.
Arlington Lane. The
He's
A Train.
The A
show.
Train.
In the building, not taking phone calls.
Right. Dodging calls.
I'm
left
dodging
and
calls.
Right.
Had to get his point across on that one.
He was
honey.
like, bloop, nope, bloop,
Nope,
voicemail.
nope. Yeah.
Now, Palmer, you said he was enthusiastic about the AAF and XFL.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same way at all, or do
Yeah.
you think it's not going to work just like the AAF didn't work?
I think the XFL will work. I mean, they got a better plan. And one thing that McMahon is hiring people that has done it and it has excelled at the NFL level. And you look at some of the coaches, that he brought to the league, Mark Trestman and Pep Hamilton. I thought Bob Stoops was a really good hire. Having Oliver Luck as the commissioner of the league, I thought that was another great hire. And, they just been doing the right things. But they knew St. Louis was a special market. They had to take care of St. Louis. And St. Louis is the only market that has a dome also in the XFL that made them really attractive. And, just looking at the big picture with the AAF folding, you can very much likely wind up with maybe 16 teams, in the spring league, which is suitable. The USFL was very successful with the spring league. You had anywhere from 14 to 18 games. And I think 16 teams are fine, and I think that also with the salaries that they're paying, you're talking they're starting off, I think, at $250,000 compared to I think less than 70,000 that they're making in the AAF. So the salary infrastructure is a little bit better also, with the XFL. Plus they got a great television deal too. I think that should really give you a little bit, make you feel a little bit more secure. You got to deal with FS1, you got to deal with ESPN, Fox. So you got on 4 major networks.
Gotcha.
And this a great opportunity for my network, the Interzone Network, to be able to come in there, and we already established that relationship with them, and then
Big
Yes,
ups.
move-
yes,
That's
and then
dope.
whoever fit us, man.
Yeah.
Whoever fit us.
Yeah.
Rocking new.
Yeah.
You know I'm a hat girl too.
Yeah, this
so
is dope.
I'm-
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah, having the clothing line, the apparel, whatnot, just that's the beauty of just doing your own thing, right? And having the hats and stuff like that. And we got that on our website
And
too.
we're going to link
Yeah.
that website on our Facebook later so you can have it. But it is teespring.com/store/n-the-zone-network.
Yeah.
I'm excited for y'all.
I'm excited too.
And I'm excited. I'm hoping. I just want more football, period. I don't care where
Yeah.
it comes from. I don't care who's. I mean, I do care who's
I want
playing
good
it.
football.
Good football, yeah.
Let's be clear. Good football. And the AAF thing was just a mess of a situation.
Yeah.
And
There
I
was
think we're
some
just let's
good football. I'm just a little mad that out of all the coaches,
Yeah.
Rick Newhouse doesn't get picked up though
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, and I was surprised about that too. I really was. And sometimes I think
Because
that,
Arizona was a pretty good team. They were doing all right.
yeah, they was. They were one of the better teams I thought
On this
in
side.
the league. But again, I just keep going back. They really turned me and so many people off when they say it's a developmental league.
Yeah.
And that they was pining for a
Right.
partnership with the NFL,
Right.
and that's what
that's when
that
it
just,
all was a house of cards and fell.
Yep. There you
Crazy.
go. There you go.
Well, there is a little bit of NFL news. They announced the new draft location. So we got the draft here in Vegas.
Next year in
Quan's got the
2021.
coach
They
out
did
on-
announce it.
Quan's
Yep.
got the couch on Airbnb for the studio. So if anyone wants to be here on the couch, hit up Quan here at Gorilla Cross. They're going to be in Cleveland.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I'm ready for that one
Cleveland.
too. 2021.
Yep.
I don't know why they skipped 22 as being TBD. Like they just maybe somebody fell through, and then Kansas City is in 23.
Yeah.
So close to y'all. You guys don't have no love for Kansas City.
No,
huh?
man.
Okay.
No, man. I got no, man. We ain't got no much love. I mean, It took me a long time to even just acknowledge, Kansas City. It's just one of those types of things. I guess if it wasn't for the 85 World Series, I think that's one of the few things that'll make me petty. I'm not petty, but sports will make me petty.
Make you petty.
Okay.
I hear you. That's cool.
I got it.
They are going to keep the combine in Indianapolis
Right.
through 2021. What else has been
Yeah,
going?
but shout out to Cleveland though. That's
Oh,
dope
yeah.
That's
for them
major.
to get. That's
Oh, yeah.
major. They don't ever get nothing like that.
Major
Love it. Major like us.
Let's
That's
talk
right.
about your boy Zeke. Because I know my girl here,
St.
Mo,
Louis
loves
boy,
her
too.
some EDM.
I do like my EDM. Do you have any EDM tracks,
Please don't.
Quan, on
Please
your
don't.
board
Please.
at all?
Oh,
That's a shame.
So Zeke,
St. Louis guy, too.
what is that? How y'all do it?
I don't know what he was on.
I don't know if you want to claim Zeke.
You can claim
'cause-
Zeke all you want to. I don't know how Cowboys claim him, fans. So claim
Hello,
it
but here's
if
what I
you-
don't get. He gets into all this supposed trouble over the weekend. So if you hadn't caught up yet, he was out here for EDC partying like a rock star. I don't know how you can't really be sober at EDC. So we know something has to have been going on. But he was seen having an argument with his girlfriend, back and forth. Then he pushes a security guard into like one of those temporary gates that are there.
It wasn't really a big push.
Wasn't
either.
like
The guy
a
didn't
huge
fall
push,
down. He just
but
kinda
it was,
nudged
you
him,
put
like-
hands on him still.
Yeah, you did.
And as a person in the spotlight where people recognize you and people are
I
going to
don't
be
know if
taking
they recognized him. They
videotapes.
probably saw him as an Ewok because that's what he looks like to me. And I think if I was out there
And
partying,
I feel bad for LeBron James because he had his jersey on.
that LeBron ain't shutting that. He's gonna claim him.
Anyway,
Looking
but
like
the
an
thing
Ewok,
is,
though, out
he
there.
gets in trouble. He gets in handcuffs. He doesn't get arrested. But then, literally, that was like what Sunday or Monday that broke out. And then
think it was
on
Saturday.
Tuesday, we hear news that he's now working on his new deal with the Dallas Cowboys, where he could be the number one paid running back. And I'm like, how do you get in trouble
Of course
and
he
then
is, 'cause
come
that wasn't
back
real
in?
trouble. That wasn't real trouble. That wasn't real trouble like the trouble that we see that players get into. This is Vegas trouble.
But it was still like, really? I mean, you about to go into OTAs and you can't even like get your.
He was on one. Let's be clear. You're on one. The phones are out. You're at EDC. Who would have thought that somebody would have recognized him at EDC with all the costuming, all the lighting, all the
Because he was the one
visual?
that wasn't in a costume.
And he was wearing
wasn't in
he was wearing a jersey, and it didn't even look like it was a lot of people around him in the video.
If he would have
Looked
had
he
like
was leaving.
some rainbows and glitter and wings
I
on,
think he
nobody
was
probably would
leaving.
recognize him.
I think he was leaving when he was in that. That
Oh,
scene looked like he was
probably.
leaving because it
Yeah.
was pretty
It
empty
was
over there.
pretty
It's probably waiting for a Lyft ride.
Well, as you see, probably one of the benefits of being, a cowboy. Jerry's going to look after his guys.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he sees nothing wrong with Dak, and he sees nothing wrong with Zeke. Zeke is his golden boy, so that's going to be protected well. And as influential as Jerry Jones is in the league, this to him is like, oh, it's just a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
Because he's that influential.
Yeah.
He's the decision maker of everything, pretty much.
The NFL
So-
should have done a random drug test on him
They
because
should
I
have.
guarantee he was doing drugs at EDC.
Oh, well, did you hear the latest conference
You-
about?
you don't do sober at EDC.
No, you
No,
don't.
you don't.
No,
well, maybe,
you don't.
Well, they're going to say it's alcohol related.
And it wasn't
Sure.
alcohol. But the thing is, if you tried to test him
Molly.
like 5 days
I'm
later,
not even
it's not
mentioning
going to be in there
Ringwald.
no
I'm
more.
just saying it's he don't know what that is.
It's too much.
You don't even have the music for me. Where's my music for the EDM? No,
You don't got
no
it.
tracks.
Nothing. In
Quan,
other football
I'm
news,
gonna put a special request in for you.
Patriots extended Julian Edelman's contract.
Yes, they did. For
Great.
how many
Tom
years?
gets his boy back. Well, he has an additional 2 years.
Right.
19 mil in new money.
Money. Let's go.
Man, that's what I'm talking about.
And then someone is for a year, right?
Yeah, Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got it with the Bucks.
Yeah.
And the Bucks got rid of
Definitely
Gerald
Buccaneers.
McCoy.
Yeah.
So he's done. Looks like maybe the Bengals are looking at him. Bobby Wagner, my guy, is in Seattle. He is going to be at OTAs, but he is not practicing. He is working.
And what is?
He wants his contract, and he deserves it.
And speaking of what is with your Pepperidge Farm of a coach? Let's talk about him real quick. Why is Pete Carroll not wanting replays? What is wrong? Okay, for real.
He should want. I don't know either. I don't know
what is
because
going on?
there's been a lot of our plays that needed replays for them
But he
to
doesn't want the
overturn.
replay.
Because he wants
They
to
should
come
just ban
back
all
to
replays.
just the genuine.
We're not in that
game.
time anymore. We're not in that time anymore. We
Well,
need
Pete
replays.
is still
Pete,
in a time.
Talk to your coach. Get your mans.
But listen,
Get your
listen.
mans in them.
I do want to
Get
ask
your
you
mans
this.
in them.
Oh, here we go.
I want to
Yeah.
ask you this too.
Get your
Brian
mans.
Schottenheimer. He was one of my whipping boys when I used to write
Mm-hmm.
cover the Rams. He was one of my favorite coordinators. Okay, so how are you coping with him being your offensive?
I'm okay with it. The thing is that the offensive, I won't even name his name, the offensive coordinator we had before, everybody was done with. I mean, granted, he did get us to a Super Bowl. He did help us get back to a Super Bowl. He had a great offense, but at the same time, we were changing as an offensive team. We weren't changing from a running game. We now had to find power within passing, and that wasn't happening with him.
But so the one thing that I will say about Schottenheimer is, as much as I know I maligned him while he was in St. Louis, some of it was deserved. But he had moments where when he's calling plays, you're like, this guy is brilliant. And then you get another 10 set of plays, you're like, this guy's a real man of genius. And I'm talking like the Bud Light real man of genius.
I mean, I just feel like as long as you've got a great quarterback and a guy who really understands the game of football offensively, okay? And now that you've got some, I mean, here's the deal. I don't care if people think that DK Metcalf can't run a route. He can catch a ball, and he's big, and that's all I need. I need someone who can take up space in the end zone, who can run, who can power through and catch a ball. And Russell can throw it no matter what. So that's it. I'm excited for this season. We also signed 11 of our 12 rookies. So I'm excited for that.
Just get your mans. Replays are not going away.
You know how you can't.
You know how you
can't check your granny or your grandpa. You just can't check them. You just kind of like, listen, Pete. I mean, we're just gonna roll.
Pepperidge Farm.
Pepperidge Farm. Pet him and be like, son, sir, that's never gonna happen.
What's up with the honey badger though?
The honey badger.
Yeah, Tyrann Mathieu. So he's in the news because somebody in his family supposedly was trying to extort him for $5
Oh yeah, I did see that.
But what do you think the story is? There's some tea out there, and I want to know what it is, because the fact that he even got into this court, that he even got this far, there's got to be something that this guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
They got something on him.
I want to know what it is.
Oh, we may not want to know what it is.
I mean, do you get a nickname Honey Badger for
something,
any reason?
Hey, I'm not going to put a label on anything. I'm just
saying. I'm just saying. But before we leave my Seattle area, shout out to Huskies. We landed a major recruit, man.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, we did.
I saw you posted on Instagram.
Jaden McDaniels. I had a chance to sit down with him at the Jordan Classic in Las Vegas. He's from Federal Way. He's hometown bred. People thought he was leaving for Kentucky. He was a 5-star recruit, and he chose the Huskies.
Good. Keeping it at home.
Keeping it purple and gold.
That's something you have to look forward to.
You trying to say I don't got nothing else to look forward to?
I'm just saying, you got a guy that wants replays abolished. I mean, what the heck are we? 2019, right?
Also in college ball.
I can't get over that. It just... Go ahead.
Your guy, Juwan Howard?
Yes, he's a Michigan
Mr. Fab
State.
5.
Mr. Fab 5.
Keeping it in the family there as well.
Yes.
Is going to be now the head coach. He
For
reached
Michigan
a 5-year deal with Michigan. So
that's dope. I give it up to Juwan. I like Juwan Howard. I do.
Yeah.
I think that's the level he needs to be. That conversation of them talking about him being a NBA coach, it's the same thing I had when I was saying about Luke Walton. I feel like he should have gone back to college and coached there and then done a different level. So, but this is a good opportunity for Juwan. I think, in Michigan, hey, winning team.
And I think he'll have plenty of opportunities to get an NBA job, later down the line.
Down the line. But this is fundamentally a good look for him.
Absolutely.
It really is. It really is. It'll definitely strengthen his coaching abilities to be one of the greats. I think you have to start at this level. So.
And then before we cut into a little GOT.
No, we got to talk Lakers real quick,
playoffs. That's what I'm saying. Let's talk about some playoffs.
Okay, cool.
Playoffs, some basketball, some Lakers. Let's go with your Lakers, because I don't know what Magic and Stephen A. was rumbling about. I was like, there's a lot of tea. Let me get my drink. Let me know.
Yeah, get your drink. Get your sip on. Everybody grab their cups. Get ready. That was crazy, first of all, because in my opinion, I think when you leave something, like you could have saved that maybe for your tell-all book. I think as a fan, and
that book would be like this big.
No knock to ESPN, but I probably would have taken it more seriously if it had gone on 60 Minutes.
True.
Okay. I also would have taken it more seriously too if he had put some accountability on himself with the mistakes that he made.
Right.
He never prefaced the mistakes he made as being that. First of all, his preference of the word power. Let's just diagnose power real quick. Power is something that is not what you have. Power is, there's only a divine person that has power. You should never say, I have the power. Maybe you should change your wording to, I have the authority.
Sure.
Jeannie, do I have the authority to do these things? And power tends to corrupt. absolute power tends to absolutely corrupt. So if you're saying you had the power, then you corrupted what we got going on in this system. Now, regardless of what Rob Pelinka said, who looks like Rob Lowe, by the way. This is so crazy to me. He looks just like Rob
how
Lowe.
did nobody really... this has been since I've started watching. I was like, who is this guy? Is Rob Lowe coaching?
Man, he looks like Rob Lowe.
And they got the same first name.
I know. Yeah. And so for him to say
There's
that,
like
this guy stabbed him in the back and did all these things, so, which may very well be of you talking behind someone's back, but you were never there, bro. This type of job. And then he says, well, I asked Jeannie if I could still do my other endeavors and do all this other stuff. She said, yeah. But president of basketball operations is a job. It is not like some hobby. It's a real job. Like, it's a 15-hour, like, it's a job. Like, you're either going to give up your other stuff to do this and focus on this job, or you're not.
And he's got so much. Like he could easily have delegated all that other stuff to other people in regards to other things.
If he knew his
company.
position, he didn't know what his job roles entailed because he was never there. They said the biggest complaint was people would be looking for him in the office and you see an empty desk. Well, where's Magic? Where's Magic?
I got people like that at work.
Exactly. Where's so-and-so?
I think we all do,
Are
right?
we showing up to work? No fault to his own, because he has the passion and he really, really wanted to be a part of this organization. But he talks too doggone much.
Well,
he just talks too much.
I was thrown off that they actually had this whole interview. I'm like, why would they give him?
Like, you giving them this platform, and then you're mentioning LeBron, and you're mentioning like you've left this organization.
Be out.
And you're out. Just say, hey.
That's it.
I made some mistakes. We've all made some mistakes. I've moved on, and they need to move forward too. But you just blah, blah, and then they said this, and then they did. So, really?
It was.
And as a fan, do I really need to know all that's going on in your house?
No.
I don't need to know your house business. I don't need to know. All I need to know is who our head coach is going to be. And let's be clear. He strategically did this interview that same day that Frank Vogel was about to do his press conference and talk about his plans. And that
just
totally
messy.
negates
And
the
it makes it
whole
look
thing.
messy.
It's just messy. It's totally messy. But people are riding with Magic. And I mean, when he was with the Dodgers,
those are diehard Magic fans, too.
But I think with Dodgers, they knew what type of Magic, knew who Magic was, and said, hey, we'll just give you a few little crumbs. This is your duty. Be an ambassador for the Dodgers. Bring the face. Bring, some of the players. So he had no problem with that job because the Dodgers knew better. They knew. Yeah. But Lakers, I think with the Buss family and being so close to them, it's like hiring a relative.
Well, I think the Lakers were expecting more out of him, whereas the Dodgers kind of, like you said, knew what they were getting, and they weren't really expecting
a lot.
as much.
Yeah. And let's be clear, your business endeavors would never have happened if Jerry Buss did not be the gatekeeper to introduce you to all these people to get your business endeavors. So again, you talk mess about Jeannie, but then at the end of the interview, you say, I still love Jeannie. I got love for Jeannie. Can't burn bridges, bro. Just keep your mouth shut. We know what happened. We know you stay. And then he changed his immediate step down. He says, well, it was something I was thinking about. This wasn't immediate. Everybody was shocked saying he immediately did this. And what did I tell you? It was not immediate. It was planned. And he even said in the interview, this was pre-planned. I have been thinking about this in my mind that I was going to do
Which
this.
makes it worse. You didn't even tell Jeannie and say, hey, listen, these are my thoughts and habits.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
Moving right along. We got Frank Vogel now. He's wanting to work with, he's looking forward to working with Jason Kidd. He thinks Jason Kidd's going to be a good addendum to communicate better with the players, probably better than him.
We'll see
see how that works.
Yeah.
It's almost like, too, you got another coach on standby, too. If Frank Vogel doesn't.
Well, yeah, that's what it's looking like. That is what it's looking like. And to not fulfill a position of president of basketball operations and just keep Rob as the GM, it's going to be interesting to see how that all unfolds. But I just think Magic talks too much. I think he needs to just be quiet.
And then what about the tampering thing too? Because he got his hands slapped a couple times with the tampering. So it always seems like there's always something going on.
There is. It's a very messy situation in LA. But that's Hollywood and that's LA. Right.
We'll speak with another California team.
Yeah.
So the Warriors are on a nice little vacation.
Yeah,
which is more than a couple days.
Vacation. A well-deserved vacation.
Yeah, it is.
Remember, they went into the series with Houston with no rest.
Yeah. And they went in and they lost KD.
Yep.
They didn't,
I don't feel it's a loss, but I get what you're saying.
The media, the fans, they've lost a player that helped get them there at some point.
Absolutely.
And now they've lost. They didn't, not that they, and here's the deal. Do they need him? You know what I mean?
Oh, they definitely need him in the sense of a big man against Giannis. Because I still think the Bucks are going to be the ones in the finals.
So Golden State swept the Blazers completely. And the Blazers
were a good series.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Blazers just weren't playing. I mean, how are you going to be up like 12 plus points at halftime to at least 2 games and then just
because
fizzle.
Steve Kerr strategically put in
Fizzle.
bench players that because we're missing people. Kevon Looney is a big step up. What's the other guy? What's his name?
McGinnis.
Yeah, I mean, my God, we didn't know who this
They had
guy was.
guys
and he
that
had
were really
his
stepped
deep,
up this
His bench is
series.
deep, and that's the problem I have with Steve Kerr. He never plays his bench. This team is an elite team. This team is all time, and they've always been an elite team because not only have they had their starting 5 that was really good, but they had a deep bench. If you ever watch them, they always had a deep bench of players, and I don't get why now we want to play him because we're missing a KD element. But KD is a ball hawk too, and he plays hero ball.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
always the one taking the shots, and that now he needs to see that this is a team effort, and he needs to see that everybody has a role. And this Draymond Green, this is the Draymond Green we've been waiting to see in a long time. I mean, he's always been this Draymond. That's the problem. So when you have KD out on the floor, you don't see this Draymond.
You don't get to.
You don't get to, and it's unfortunate because this is
the
new Showtime to me.
Man.
This is the new Showtime.
He is legitimately just a great.
He's elite. They're
And they
elite
have
team.
and they have him on the second team all defense.
Yeah.
No, that's
I still
yeah.
That's
And
a whole
it's
other show.
it's a whole nother show.
but
Absolutely.
I would take second team defense over the
Right.
first team any day.
Right.
They announced that this week too. Go check it. Look for it. I don't have the whole lineup, but I just
Right.
remember that. Yeah, Clay and him are both on second team.
Crazy. So Toronto.
Yes, tied 2-2 right now. So here's the all
Is it a
you-
Drake curse? Or what is it?
Everybody thought that, the Bucks were going to come through here and just run. And these last 2 games in Toronto, not so much. We've got Drake sitting courtside, literally running the sidelines with the coach, tapping him on the shoulder. He's talking mad stuff to Giannis. I mean, it's just, when is it too far to be a fan that has that, access?
Well, it's the same thing with Matthew McConaughey and the Longhorns. You're on the
But is he on the
sideline.
field? Touching coaches? Like, is he out kind of like direct? I see him I see him on the sideline acting up, talking with players.
Yeah.
But is he interacting with the actual game? Like, Drake is in the game pretty much.
Well, he's their ambassador. He built a facility for them. He has carte blanche pretty much.
So it's kind of like whatever. Like,
It's kind of whatever.
You're our team.
I mean, you're part of our team. You're our mascot. You're our whatever. And let's talk about this $796 jacket they gave him. He pretty much can do whatever he wants. I think it's wrong. I agree with you. I think there's a certain line. I think you need to sit there and just watch the game and be a fan.
I get standing up, cheering.
Right,
Spike Lee does it
right,
all the time,
right.
but Spike Lee sits on the other side of the court, first
Absolutely.
of all. Drake sits on the bench dang
Oh,
near
he's
with
a
the
bench
team.
seater.
Yeah.
But they've invited him to that. They
And that's
welcome
fine.
that. So
Well, guess
that's
what
it
happens?
is.
Let's say Toronto loses. What happens to Drake?
He gonna go to Golden State and watch that Golden State series and be on Steph's side because they're friends. That's what he's gonna do.
Because we know Drake don't got no
Right.
allegiance.
Right.
He only got allegiance when he wants to.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anyway, but that's all. FYI, guys, next week we're going to have a special WNBA
Yes.
show. We're going to talk about the difference of the women in the league versus what they have to go through versus the guys. We're going to have a couple special guests on. I'm really excited for the show. It's
Me
going to be
too.
all
Me too.
about the women and kind of like their struggles and what they got to deal with.
And
So
ladies and gents, please, we're gonna post where you can have some Q&A if you like some questions that we would like to add that you would like asked, anything that you are interested in that episode. Please share or DM us at Girl Chat Sports on Instagram and Facebook, because then we can have those questions posed as well.
okay, can we get a quick drop for GOT?
Yeah, it's time.
It is
Do you watch
time.
GOT?
What's
You
GOT?
watch it.
Game
Do you
of
watch it, Game of Thrones?
No, I don't know. I've
You
heard
don't-
about it.
Well,
Ah.
ignore for 1 second.
So we had to say bid adieu to our Game of Thrones after
the
8
season
seasons.
finale.
Season finale.
8 seasons, 10 years.
8 seasons, 10 years. We've been through this. We've watched the Stark family grow up from little girls to being
And
big
little
time
boys.
and little boys to being rulers now, queens, and adventurers. Who would have thought?
I can't even. Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, Dora the Explorer.
I can't deal
Who
with
would
that
have
one.
thought that Bran was going to be? Well,
I did
ESPN
not
had
think.
the odds and said
Really?
Bran was going to be the one. Yeah, when I watched, I didn't even post
But
it.
here's what I
yesterday.
still don't get. And for all of you that don't watch it, tune out now. See you later. I don't get how Bran, who became the Raven a few episodes
Right.
ago and was no longer Bran Stark,
Right.
who basically sees all, knows all, and already knew what was going to happen, let all of this grand fighting and world domination and all this crazy and all the deaths of endless children and women
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything, all happen.
Right.
And it's still, and just for him to become king.
Well, that's what loses me too, because it's like,
You
then he
knew
says,
all
I'm no
this.
longer Bran Stark, but then you're ruler of the 6 kingdoms and protector of the realm.
But you saw this happening, and so
Yeah.
you allowed it to happen. So you let all these innocent people to get killed because you knew Dragon Woman was going to go crazy.
Well, that's Cersei. That's on her, because you remember she closed the doors on the people. She didn't let everybody in. She used
But
her people
it
as a
wasn't just
pawn.
her, though. I mean, it wasn't her that made the dragon fire the
not
whole
at all,
city
not
up.
at all, not at all, not at all. But it's interesting how Drogon, the dragon,
Is now
burned
gone.
down the Iron Throne because it belonged to the Targaryens, and he kind of knew his mother was like, woo-hoo. So he was like, we're not going to have anybody fight for this anymore. No more fighting. It's a peaceful transition.
And he's still out there.
And he's still out there. They said, I love the part when they said, has anybody seen Drogon? They were like, well, I think he went east. He went
Maybe there's going to
somewhere.
be a dragon spinoff.
Well, they're gonna have a prequel to this Game of Thrones thing, but a lot of people are complaining and saying that it was rushed. They didn't like the ending. It wasn't until I shout out to Hot 97 Ebro in the morning. I didn't get the chance to really get a perspective until I saw Grey Worm's interview. And
Which was a great interview.
Which was a great interview. So it kind of gave me a little bit of clarity on that. But then Aaron
He
Rodgers,
has his hammer.
He has
Just
his
if
hammer.
y'all know that
the
he's got
Sully-
his hammer.
Yeah, that was a good thing. So the Sullied, we thought they had nothing down there. We thought they were Ken dolls.
Right. We thought they were
We
Ken
thought they were
dolls.
Ken dolls. But he actually has a hammer.
He's got a
he just
hammer.
doesn't have the nails.
No. Hey.
And so
hey,
we
hey.
have an athlete that is a huge Game of Thrones person. He actually was in a cameo to the second to the last episode, Aaron Rodgers.
This gives me more respect for Aaron.
Right, because
Period.
he even had an opinion about...
And broke it down.
And broke it down on his ideology of what he thought it should be. So that was interesting. But I have to say, Bran deserved to be king because he knows everything about it.
Yeah.
He knew how the Night King became the Night King. He has a story to tell.
It's too much for me.
But I'm sad
and it's over
gone.
now.
But it was a great show. For whatever the complaints you have, whatever the rewrites you want, you cannot deny that this was one of the greatest shows on television. One of the amazing shows on television.
I just got to rewatch it again. So, before we get out of here with Palmer, there was a couple things I wanted to touch upon. One real quick, shout out to my girl Cynthia. Her son Bryce was named the American Rivers Conference Player of the Year.
Oh.
And he is a junior at Buena Vista University, the Beavers.
Nice.
They an amazing, talented man, I guess.
Okay.
I just think of her as, as a son, something like boy. No, it's a man. But they didn't win. They had a championship game out in Chicago where she was at, and they didn't win. But congratulations to him.
Yeah.
I love seeing my friends that have kids that play sports so great. And another shout out to my girlfriend Kristen, whose daughter plays softball, Little League softball, and she wants us to come and check out girls softball because here's the we haven't been reporting on softball.
No, we haven't.
And we haven't been reporting on young girls that are trying to get into sports. So I really want to work on that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zoe out there because I know she
Shout out Zoe.
I know she's so cute too, and they're really good softball players.
Nice.
And I say that because my girl power story, and I don't have a lot of time to talk about her, but look her up. Stevie Wiz, W-I-S-C. She plays for UCLA. She hasn't been like the all-star athlete, but her story and how she's overcome and still dealing with these heart issues and how she shouldn't even be playing. At age 1, she was diagnosed and has had multiple surgeries. Basically, she's now going to be playing with UCLA for the national title for
Nice.
softball. So shout out to her. Great story. You can check that. I think it's the beginning of June is when they have the championship.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Other than that, Palmer, where can everybody find you and in the Zone Network?
They can find me on Twitter, on IG at the legend KIL when Ellen kill, but kill still kill.
Got you. And the network?
Oh yeah, and the network. You can find us also on the web now. We got our own page now. Check us out. www.inthezonenetwork.com. There's a link. So you could be able to, get some apparel, hats, leggings, beach towels, flip-flops, all kind of stuff like that. So when you poolside, you have your In the Zone stuff.
You know me in the pool.
Yeah, you're in the pool.
You know me in the pool, honey. My melanin is popping at the pool. Where is the sun?
We just
I
need the
vitamin
sun.
D.
That's all.
I need the sun. I
Yeah.
need my sun-kissed browns. I need
Yeah.
This is the goal.
Yeah, and you can pick any color you want though too, so you can design it any kind of way you want.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we really appreciate you.
We appreciate you. You guys, you have to come back again.
You
Bring
do.
Arlington. You guys come back and hang out with us.
Yeah.
We
Absolutely.
appreciate always the support.
Yeah.
Forever. It's been forever, and I really appreciate it. So thank you.
Yeah, I love you guys, man. They go back, and we just got more work to do, man.
Of course.
And we enjoyed you. Like,
Yeah.
you gave us great insight to XFL. Arena, I really don't know too much on, but about
And then thanks to all the viewers who came into the group. We've got watch parties that were going. Mo had Watch Party 101 learning over here.
I sure did.
And everybody that joined in, we can't wait for next week. We're going to again have that WNBA special and our women's basketball special. We're excited for the season opener this weekend. And thanks for tuning in, guys. Yeah?
Yeah. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And check us out on Anointed Radio.
Saturday at 7 p.m. is the replay.
And remember, we don't have balls. We gonna